And this is totally practical because who doesn't want to have Nicolas Cage painted on their face? So this may not be the first video you watch regarding Procreate 5X and most likely not your last, but what I can say is that this is coming from someone who's been using it for a few days now in the beta stages. Shout out to the Procreate team who has probably been under intense fire for a little while now, but that being said, here we go. This is the review of Procreate 5X. So once you install the new version, you will be greeted by a list of the new features that are now available on this new version, and we will briefly go over each. So without any further ado, number 1, gradient maps. Available in the adjustment section, sort of acts like a filter for the content that's on the current layer. So in this case, we have the word gradient, that's convenient, and now if you scroll through these, you can see it changes the color according to the gradient map that's selected. If you tap it once, you can change the colors and the amount of gradation, and if we tap this little plus icon here, we can also create our own gradient map. Now I'm sure you've noticed earlier that there was a pencil option while choosing the gradient map filter. No, I didn't forget about it, this one's the next new feature called pencil filter. And what this does is it gives you the ability to apply a filter with a specific brush. So if you only want a specific part of the content to be affected by a filter, this will come in very handy. And speaking of filters, there's a bunch of new ones added. We have noise, sharpen, bloom, which gives you a glowy effect. I don't know if that word exists, but if you want to illuminate your calligraphy work, then crank up the bloom filter. Then we have the glitch effect, an iconic filter that is now also available in Procreate, halftone. I'm not going to go over the details. This one I'll let you try out on your own. And last but not least, we have the chromatic aberration. Jeez. And what this does is, yeah, this is what it does. Yeah, the bloom effect I can see myself using occasionally, but the last two I'm going to put in the bucket of, yeah, this is fun to use once, but I will probably never use it again, especially in commission related stuff. Okay, so reference companion. As the name implies, you can now have a small window while you work on the canvas. You can project your own canvas or add your own image. This is great because now you can have Nicolas Cage watching over you during work. You can zoom in and zoom out, double tap to make it full size again. And over on the right side, we have a section that says face, which is yet another very nice new feature. This is called face paint, and this one allows you to project your canvas onto your own face. So if we continue to take the example of Nicolas Cage, you can see his face is now on mine, and I can pretend to be him. In all seriousness though, this will be great if you're working with AR face filters or just want to know how your work would look like on a human face. Have you ever looked at the scenery in real life and thought, damn, those are some great colors, I wish I could turn them into a color palette? Well then, good for you, because now you can do exactly that. Just point and shoot and Procreate will automatically create a color palette live, which you can then import. Oh, and it now even allows you to color drop those little squares right onto the canvas. I believe you couldn't do that before. Next, there's an all-new redesigned transform tool. So Procreate has teased this one before, the snapping feature is now here. It's been a long time coming, but you can now perfectly align your content. And probably my favorite feature in this update, you can numerically input values in the transform section. You want to rotate your canvas by 69 degrees? Boom, here you go. This also works with the corners, great feature, very underrated. The next one is another feature that's going to save you a ton of time. You can now instantly color in a selection once you tap the color fill icon. And in my opinion, that completes our list of the main features. Now on to the little stuff. We have new blend brushes that go well alongside the previously mentioned pencil filters. We also now have quick menu profiles, which lets you tailor settings to your different processes. That can be one for calligraphy and one for illustration. We have a new widget that you can now add to your home screen thanks to iPadOS 14. And we have a new copy and paste menu UI, optimized so it fits the new text UI. And speaking of text, Yes, the Scribble integration is here. I'm gonna admit it looks cool to demo for sure, but after using it for like the past 3 days or so, I just wish I could turn it off. For me, it just kind of gets in the way, but for people who want to use it, I guess it's pretty nice. It recognizes handwriting. You can literally cross off to delete, you can draw a vertical line to separate, and box in to select. Again, it's nice, but I will probably stick to my trusty old keyboard for texting. So yeah, Christmas came early. We have yet another update waiting for us. I'm sure low-key everyone's busy reorganizing their home screens with widgets after iPadOS 14, but compared to that, this review didn't really take that long. Anyway, I will be covering lots more regarding Procreate, especially calligraphy brushes, but there will also be more videos related to traditional calligraphy tools, so if those two are something that interests you, feel free to subscribe and check the gram for more frequent updates. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.